Recording this. Oh, it sounds like Linda can hear us now. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Good afternoon. We are recording this as well so that we'll be able to share it with folks that may not have been able to join today, but welcome to our monthly webinar with Susan G. Komen. Excited to have you. And we're going to go ahead and do a quick introduction, except my slides are getting all messed up, sorry, to your Komen, Pennsylvania team. I know some of us know each other, but for those of us that don't yet, my name is Brandy Engelberger. I'm the executive director here in Pennsylvania with Susan G. Komen. And I actually just joined the team at the beginning of this calendar year. So been here just a few months and excited to meet more and more people on these webinars and have the chance to engage with people interested in contributing to our mission. So thank you for joining. And I'm going to pass it over to Molly and Taylor to introduce themselves.
Hi, good morning. My name is Molly Sweet. I am the development manager here on the western side of the state, located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we're getting ready here in Pittsburgh for May 21st for the More Than Pink Walk. Nice to have everybody along.
Hi, everybody. My name is Taylor Kazoka. I'm the development manager for Eastern PA, so covering everywhere from Philadelphia to Harrisburg to Scranton and every town in between. And as Molly's getting ready for May 21st, I'm getting ready for May 14th or Mother's Day for our, I'm glad you can hear us now, for our More Than Pink Walk. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go forward. Sorry, my screen is being delayed when I'm hitting it. Okay, there we go.
So at Komen, our vision is simple. We want to have a world without breast cancer. I often joke that I will be the happiest person in the unemployment line when there's a cure found, and that means our vision came true. So we are working very, very hard towards that and towards our mission of saving lives by meeting the most critical needs in our community and investing in breakthrough research to prevent and cure breast cancer. And together we have created great progress. So we were founded in 1982. We just celebrated our 40th birthday. And since then, we've been able to help reduce the breast cancer mortality rate by 42%, starting in 1989. And we've invested over $1.1 billion in research, billion with a B. And we'll be talking more about research in the next few minutes. We were also able to invest more than $7.7 million in community health programs in the past year. And I will be going into that as well. So one of our top programs is our financial assistance program. This is for anybody who is below the federal poverty line and is diagnosed with breast cancer. If you are stage 0 to 3, you can receive a $500 check. If you are stage 4 or metastatic breast cancer, you can receive a $750 check. For stages 0 to 3, you do need to be in active treatment. This money can be used for anything that we need because we know the burden that breast cancer can cost on a family. So if you need help with getting a ride or childcare or medication, getting caught up on an electric bill, we know summer's coming and the air conditioner will be on very soon. Or just trying to get food on the table, especially healthy food. We've also have a dedication to health equity. And in that sense, we've started our Stand for Her. We have launched it in the Philadelphia area, the greater Philadelphia area, as one of our test areas because it had the largest percentage of health disparities among white and Black women. And with this program, we have created educational materials that are culturally representative. We have patient support. So if somebody needs assistance, they can call 1-877-GO-KOMEN, and we have trained patient navigators ready to help. Workforce development that improves diversity and cultural sensitivity among healthcare workers. So we have different seminars that people can attend to learn more about disparities and bias. We are doing research that is representative and benefit of all races, and advocacy for policies that promote health equity. Along with this, we also have new genetic testing for the Philadelphia area where somebody can go to UPenn to receive genetic testing if they're at risk. As I mentioned, we are $1.1 billion in research invested. We are well on our way to finding new treatments and cures for breast cancer. We are heavily focused on metastatic breast cancer at this time, metastatic recurrence, with I believe it is 58% of our investments going towards those diseases. I'm more than happy to always share more information about one of our community programs or our research. Maybe not too many details because I have no clue what I'm talking about when we get to the details of it, but I'm more than happy to share the investment breakdown if you have any questions.
Thank you, Taylor. And as Taylor mentioned, we have invested in the billions of dollars in terms of research. And we do this in a variety of ways, but really by leaning on our supporters and those people that are interested in fighting back against breast cancer and our mission. And so we really thank anyone on this call today and all of our supporters that contribute to our life-saving mission. And one of our signature event and one of the strongest ways that we're able to fund our mission and research is through the More Than Pink Walks. They are our biggest events and not only fundraisers, but opportunities to bring the community together, to have survivors meet other survivors, caregivers connect with other caregivers, and really just for the community to come together in the fight against breast cancer. And so we have our 2 More Than Pink Walks coming up in just the next several weeks, which we're very excited about. The East Pennsylvania More Than Pink Walk will be at Parks Casino again. It's on Mother's Day as usual, which this year is Sunday, May 14th. And then the following Sunday will be the Pittsburgh More Than Pink Walk at Shenley Park on Sunday, May 21st. These are the QR codes if you wanted to scan them if you're not registered yet, but we'll have the websites listed as well. So for people that want to get involved with the More Than Pink Walk, there's a couple of steps to get started. The first is to go ahead and register. So there are websites, 2 separate websites for each event, Komen.org/EastPA Walk or Komen.org/Pittsburgh Walk. And so the first step is to go ahead and visit that site. There's a big button that says register. You can either form a new team, or if you've had a team in the past and you're coming back to join us again this year, you can actually just go ahead and reform that team. If you are maybe new and this is your first year, you might not be involved with the team yet, you can also go ahead and register as an individual. For those of us that are doing teams, and again, there's more power in numbers, so we can make a greater impact with those teams. We would ask that the next step is to go ahead and recruit your network to join your team. This can be friends, this can be family, this can be colleagues, neighbors, people that are part of an organization that you're part of. Really invite your whole network to join because this is an opportunity to invite people that may be affected by breast cancer to get involved and make an impact themselves. So once you're registered on the website, there are a lot of tools that we'll go through, but they include actual customized templated emails that you can send out to recruit folks to join your team. You know your network better than we do, obviously. So some people might be best to send a text to, while someone else might be best to send an email. Someone else you might want to call on the phone or ask in person. Or do it in all the ways until they go ahead and register. Some people need to be just reminded a few times. And then the next step, of course, is to fundraise. So on the website, there's an opportunity to set a team fundraising goal. And we really encourage you to do that. We know that people are more likely to donate when they see that it's going towards some sort of goal and that there's kind of an end game that they're working towards and contributing to. You can always change your fundraising goal. So if you set it and then you reach it before the walk, you can always increase it. But on the website, it will actually track your fundraising both as a team and as an individual. So it'll show your progress to that goal. And I'm going to turn it over to Miss Molly.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. So Along with what Brandy was just saying, when you go to set up your team, you're going to see this beautiful new enhancement of our participant fundraising center. And this is where you do all of your edits and customization of your page. It's very plug and play, very user friendly, but as you can see all the details of the event. You can view your progress. This is where you would edit your goal, upload a picture of you or whoever you're walking for or your team. And it even is interactive in that it has you earning different badges and different status levels along the way. From this center, you can send out messaging to all of your team members, as well as reminders, incentives. You can communicate through it really. And at any time, if any of you have any questions about how to make one of those parts work, that's what we're here for. So we hope you reach out to us and let us know if we can help you personalize your page. We do see that with personalization, obviously people feel that it means a lot to you. And so donations increase and people feel much more connected to your cause. Oh, and then of course, everyone loves when I say it, but there's an app for that. And I'm excited because the app has done nothing but improve really since last year. It's available on all smartphones. So whether it's a Droid or an iPhone, you download the More Than Pink app, and it has a lot of the same really qualities as your dashboard, but it's your dashboard in your pocket. You can message from this. You can check your progress with this. But one of the greatest things that I like on it is you can take donations on it. You can take credit card numbers that are encrypted and safe to do. So it makes donation much even easier. So you can do it right online, and you can also take folks' checks. I actually just deposited 3 today for my team. So it's very easy to use. It takes a picture and then has you confirm all the details to make sure everything's right. And it's just one less step in getting towards a world without breast cancer and making it easier for everybody. So here is a great example of a personalized fundraising page. And what's the first thing I do? Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. I think somebody wasn't on mute. Do you have a question? I think that was just somebody that clicked off mute for 1 second. So on this page, we love this page because they personalized it. So you can see they uploaded a picture and personalized a story that's already a template with their own story intermixed with the Komen messaging about our mission. Also, you see their goal, and we're going to need to call this person and tell them that they need to raise their goal because look, it's already over what they set it for. So this is a great example of a problem we love to have. But as you can see, it's just much more engaging and you feel like, oh, there's my friend and this is for them. So that's why we really like to personalize it and show what that looks like. So editing your page, it's pretty simple. As you can see right there with the arrows, you simply click to upload or click to edit. Go right in and do it. And then there'll be a URL, which is your link that you can copy and share with all of the folks that you'd like to recruit.
Thanks, Molly. So those are really great tools. We encourage everybody to use them. We do see a really big difference in the amount of either, participants that join a team or the amount of money that a team or an individual raises when those steps are taken. So you've done that. 5 easy ways to jumpstart your fundraising. The first is to donate to your own page. Obviously, if you're joining the More Than Pink Walk, this is a cause that's important to you. We're going to be going out asking others to make a donation. And so it's a great way to lead by example and show that you're just as committed to the goal that you set and to raising funds for the mission. As Molly mentioned, there's a chance to set a goal. You can do that right on the website. And then really share that goal out. When you're asking people to join your team or you're asking people to donate, let them know what it is that you're striving towards. Again, people are more likely to take that step if they know that they're working towards some kind of goal. Power of 10, the idea that you can, sit down, you've invited people to join your team and now look at your network and say, who can I ask for donations? And if you were to reach out to 10 people asking, for instance, for $10 each, and they all donate, you're at $100. So keep doing. Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't see you guys anymore. I'm sorry. The other is to connect with Facebook. This is a great opportunity for those of you that use social media. You know that a lot of people are on social media. A lot of people that you that may be in your network, but maybe more of that acquaintance level. People that you don't necessarily have their phone number, people that you don't necessarily have their email to ask to join your team or to ask to donate. But this is an opportunity you're giving them. You're really inviting people who, again, you don't know who on your Facebook has been affected by breast cancer. And so it's a great opportunity to invite them as well. Some people still prefer an email. So send your emails. There are lots of customized emails within the in your fundraising center. Different emails to ask for a donation, to thank people for a donation, to follow up on a donation request. You could also, of course, draft your own if you want to make it personalized. And then have some fun. You know, fundraising could really be fun. It doesn't have to be just asking for a check or a cash donation, but there's other ways to raise money. So think about things like if you have a birthday or a special event coming up, and maybe in lieu of a gift, you ask for you know, friends and family to make a donation in honor of your team goal and what you're striving to do. If you have friends that are maybe creative, you can do things like asking a local artist or maybe a creative friend to donate some kind of piece of art, some kind of piece of jewelry. And this doesn't just have to be art, but you know, anything really, right? Hair, if you have like a hairstylist friend, maybe they donate something like that, but something you can auction off so that people who may want to get something for their donation would have an opportunity for that. The Pink Tutu Challenge is fun. This is a challenge for your coworkers to donate or raise a certain amount and wear a pink tutu to work. That can, of course, be made however you want to make it. Maybe it's, you know, a male will wear a dress or, you know, a variety of different ways, whatever's going to be fun for you and your friends. Other ideas are things like game nights. You know, you can host a bingo night, a trivia night. You can even do this virtually, of course, as we've learned how to do the last couple of years, a talent show, all different kind of creative ways. But you can really have a lot of fun with it and give your team a chance to have fun too. We talked a few times about goals and setting goals and why that's important. And so we encourage you to do that. There's actually a calculator in your fundraising center that will help you determine your goal. So it's going to look like this. As it says, every penny counts in the fight to end breast cancer forever. My journey has consisted of 10 years and over 60,000 raised and hundreds of donors and supporters. So if you can set an achievable but ambitious goal. So this will help you break down how much, you know, is really your potential to raise. So if you make a list, again, the number of people you'll ask to donate each week, maybe 1 week is colleagues, the next week is friends, maybe the next week is family. And then you want to consider, okay, how many weeks do I have left to continue doing this? If I ask 5 people a week, for how many weeks? And how much am I going to ask them to donate? You can leave that open-ended, but you could also, you know, ask specifically, like we said before, if you're asking 10 people for $10, and then you're going to add, what are you willing to contribute as a personal donation? And that's going to give you your goal. Again, the goals can be updated throughout the campaign. So if you want to increase those at some time, we can do that too. And we talked about connecting to Facebook and why that's so important and why that's such a great way. I actually tell people, like, if you can really only do one thing, I encourage you to connect to Facebook fundraising, just because for so many of us, such a large population of our network lives on Facebook, you know, and that's where we really communicate with them, and just kind of the way society communicates now. So you may have people, you know, old college roommates or colleagues from years ago that are on there that would be able to see your post and do that. So you can log into your fundraising center. If you go to your dashboard, there's an option to fundraise on Facebook and log into Facebook. And then you could actually tag friends and family. So a great kind of a great tip is like, as people donate to you, people like recognition, and people also like to kind of be a part of the recognition. And so if when people donate to you, you maybe tag them and say, thank you for the donation, Molly. Then maybe Taylor sees it and says, oh, you know, I want to be recognized too. And it's also just a great reminder that, oh, that's right, Linda had asked me for a donation and I haven't done it yet. Let me now, you know, now I remember, let me go ahead and do that. There's also opportunities to share videos and graphics on social media. Again, you can share mission facts and so that people know where the money is going and what we're raising money for. You can share your goal again and your progress to goal, and you can actually let people know, you know, I'm this far away from my goal. If 10 people donate $10 in the next 24 hours, I'll hit my goal and stuff like that. So you can share your reason for walking, your story, you know, why you walk. You can share photos and all of that kind of stuff. It's the same. Okay. And then I'm passing it over.
So the best place after you've done your fundraising and you wore a tutu to work, or you pied your boss, that's always one of my favorites, is if we raise so much, we get to pie the boss. Hint, Brandy, maybe we can, you know, work that out. But the best way to double the impact is to ask your employer if they have a gift match. So a matching gift is simply you go to your employer and you ask, do you guys have this? And in some cases they double it, some they triple, which is absolutely incredible. And they just put their donation directly to the fight against breast cancer with us. To request a matching gift, you typically go to your HR. It does depend on the workplace, but it's always good place to start with HR. And if you have any questions, we actually have an entire matching gifts team here, so you can reach out to them at matchinggifts@komen.org, and they're more than happy to help with that. But we also have a fun tool on our website. So I just put a shortened link down there. And so if anybody wants to visit to see if their employer is a matching gift supporter. For example, I believe I used Bank of America. I want to say that was my example here. So they have a matching gift of up to $5,000. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you raised $5,000, they would match it with another $5,000 to make your donation $10,000, just like that. It also can show you what benefits outside of that do they have. Do they have volunteer benefits? Do they have who's eligible for this? A ton of different information is right on our website. I can't guarantee you everybody's employer is on there, but I will say a lot of the major companies are on that list.
And one other thing to note is obviously every company is different. Many companies will match what you personally donate, not necessarily what you raise. And so there are some additional ways around that. So say you did host a birthday party and collected donations, and that was cash and check, and then you actually made the donation to yourself that of all of that money, they might match that versus only matching what you actually self contributed.
That's a really good point. And now I want to pass it over to Molly, who's going to share an incredible matching gift story from Pittsburgh. You're on mute.
Apologies, sorry about that. Thanks, Taylor. So in this picture is Kelly Vereb, who was just on the call with us, unfortunately had to hop off, and with one of her U.S. Steel plant managers, Mr. Donald German. Kelly has been a fundraiser for the team Women of Steel here in Pittsburgh for several years. She's been walking, I think, almost as long as Komen's been in Pittsburgh, which is 31 years this year. As a matter of fact, last year we used her quilt that she created of all of our t-shirts as a backdrop in our Hope Village. So she's a very, very dedicated fundraiser. And last year we were discussing corporate matches, and she said, oh, it's very hard for U.S. Steel to corporate match. There's so many rules and regulations. And she started as a goal to make her employer match. And she had different days that she collected outside of 2 separate plants. And long story short, at the end of her fundraising campaign, Kelly had done an incredible job and raised $6,000.40 to be exact. And we had to go back and forth with some of the paperwork from her employer, but we made it happen. And we had a check signing ceremony right at her, one of her plants, the Irwin plant here. And Kelly was giving Don a hard time because if you look really close at the picture, US Steel matched it exactly $6,000, and she wanted to know where her 40 cents was. So that was a really funny joke, but it was incredible to watch her fundraising go from $6,000 to $12,000 by just a little follow through and asking a couple of questions. So it's a real success story. Like I said, Kelly had fundraised for many years. It probably never even occurred to her to do that. So that's why I thought she'd be a great person to have join us today and let us know what she went through to do that. She had to hop off, like I said, but there's stories like this in every market, and it's worth asking for sure. So how do we get an event on a participation day shirt? In East PA, the event shirt date that they need to have $100 fundraised by is April 16th. And for Pittsburgh, it's April 23rd. All folks that fundraise $100 or more by that date will have their shirt mailed to them in the mail, and we'll continue to mail those shirts every week all the way past walk date. We're not going to be giving out shirts at the walk this year. All survivors, however, automatically that are registered, all registered survivors, so that we have their address and we know that they're coming, all registered survivors will receive that are registered by these dates, and going forward will receive their walk day survivor shirts in the mail as well. Should they also fundraise, which we hope that they do, they will receive t-shirts. And the fundraising fund continues. We have prizes for every different level. These prizes change annually, and this is this year's lineup. And I'm aiming myself for at least getting to the level of getting that cool new towel. Mm-hmm. Volunteers are always needed for walk day and for walk setup day. And we're always looking for operations committees, people to make the walk day experience the best it can absolutely be. And so if you're interested in volunteering and helping out with Komen, please feel free to reach out to our colleague, Stephanie Hyde, and you can see her email right there, or reach out to any one of us and we'll be happy to talk to you about that as well.
Thanks, Molly. And speaking of volunteers, we actually have a special opportunity coming up this weekend if anybody is so inclined and interested in getting involved. We have a great partnership with Wacol, and they have a program called Fit for the Cure that they've been doing. They actually donate $5 to Susan G. Komen for every person who receives a complimentary bra fitting and purchases a Wacol bra. So they have those going on actually across the country, but in their flagship store in King of Prussia, it's going on this weekend, Friday through Sunday. Friday and Saturday are 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday is 12 to 5. If you are interested in getting a bra fitting, you can show up between those hours to do that. It's a complimentary bra fitting. Again, if you go on to purchase one, $5 will be donated to Susan G. Komen. We're also looking for some volunteers who might want to be involved in that. It's going to be a really fun event. In addition to the bra fittings, there's like a photo booth, hair and makeup touch-ups, a balloon arch, and giveaways throughout the weekend. So if anyone is interested in volunteering, it's really an opportunity just to greet those people that come in for a fitting, talk a little bit about the More Than Pink Walk, hand out some information. So if anyone's interested in that, just let us know, and we can set you up with a shift for that. Oh, and in addition, Wacol generously donates for anybody that does volunteer for a 4-hour shift. Will get a $70 gift card to Wacol, which would essentially cover the cost of a bra if you get fitted and wanted to purchase one. So as always, we couldn't do this without our dedicated sponsors for both the East Pennsylvania and the Pittsburgh More Than Pink Walk. So here's a quick look at them. We're very appreciative to have them on board and to allow us to put on these great events. So thank you to all of our sponsors, and thank you to all of you for joining us and listening. And we hope that this was a great webinar. Again, here's our contact information. Should you need anything from myself, Taylor, or Molly, our phone numbers and our email addresses are there. And that's what we have today. So again, thank you for joining us. And we hope that this was helpful, and we very much hope to see you on either Sunday, May 14th or May 21st.
See you on walk day.
And it looks like, oh, thank you so much. Thanks, Linda.
Thanks, Linda.